Another stunning house, also designed by Bayard Snowden Cairns, is not only still standing, it has thrived for decades as the home of the Memphis Theological Seminary. Before it was the seminary, however, it was the Joseph Newberger House, built in 1912. Newberger was a wealthy cotton merchant with offices all over the world, and obviously he wanted his Memphis house to be a showplace. At the time, the city limits had just been extended to East Parkway. This is a shot of East Parkway at Central in 1915. It was pretty much out in the country. Newberger's pale limestone house, perched atop a hill, makes an impression from the moment it meets the eye.
I think early in development of Memphis, it was more of just the European-like design that they were used to, whereas later on, when new wealth started coming into Memphis from cotton money and land development, it was more of, I want this to be grand, I want to show off.
At the entrance, gargoyle faces depicting happiness and evil watch you as you approach the front door. An unusual gated foyer leads into a dazzling first floor with detailed plasterwork on the walls and ceilings. Greek-style columns lead the eye upwards to an open atrium with Juliet balconies. The Memphis Architectural Guide comments that this may be the best entrance hall in town. The drawing room at the front of the house is heavily decorated with plaster moldings, including ovals that each contain scenes from classical mythology. However, when the Cumberland Presbyterian Church took over the property in 1962, it was thought that these ladies might not be appropriate for an office that would be occupied by men of the cloth, so they were covered up with plain plaster and were only uncovered a few years ago. Turning the corner brings you into Joseph Newberger's dark, quiet, oak-paneled library. Completely unlike the rest of the house, the library is like a room taken straight out of Tudor England. However, this wasn't just a room of peaceful sanctity. Early photographs indicate this is where the children gathered to study their lessons or play games. Now, of course, it serves as a library for seminary students. The dining room is festooned with ornate plasterwork and sconces, original to the house. The style of the house lends itself to a lot of detailed plasterwork created in realistic detail. Upstairs, bedrooms are now offices, but original fireplaces remain, like this one, with a painted glazed panel meant to look just like Wedgwood china. This room is also decorated with delicate plaster moldings on the ceiling. The yellow and gold colors seem to fill the room with sunlight all the time. And the bathroom is a perfectly preserved example of what a 1912 bathroom looked like, because all the fixtures and fittings are original. And in the back hallway, an annunciator is still hanging on the wall. That's where the servants would have been summoned to specific rooms by numbered bells. Now it's the school bell that summons people in this historic home. This remains one of the most striking examples in Memphis of how a historic building can be repurposed. And thanks to the Memphis Theological Seminary, it is an ongoing success story and an example to follow.